Welcome back again. Welcome back to Norway Chess 2013. Welcome back to Stavanger, the Concerthus, where we are following the ninth and this final round of Norway Chess 2013. My name is Dirk-Jan ten Gersendam. I'm the editor of New in Chess, and not only is Simon Agdestein with me at the moment, but as you can see, there's also Peter Svidler and Teimour Radjabov, who just finished their game. That game ended in a draw. It was another Grunfeld theoretical discussion.
Some kind of a discussion, yes.
Some kind of a discussion. It went into an ending, and well, you guys tell us what happened.
Okay. Who has to start? I don't know. Well, okay, I was sure, of course, that Peter knows what to do in this line, as you know, he's quite natural. You take the pawn. Beside that, it's really a topical line maybe at the moment. And the thing is that
the discussion basically it's a bit of a joke, but anyway, we all really hated Jan Ludwig. When after rook takes b7 he didn't take on f3 and d4. I mean the black Grunfeld players, because we thought, come on, at least make Lev show something, you know.
Yeah.
We want to know what he means there, because this was supposed to be nothing for many years, and then Lev plays it, so obviously has some idea.
Yeah.
And then Jan Ludwig didn't take the pawn on d4, and we thought, now we have to work it out for ourselves. That's just not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they were also upset that you went b6 against Levon yourself in
Yeah, no, but I still ran into some really heavy weather, so.
Yeah, at least the thing is that, of course, yeah, White has to show something, but the thing is that Levon scored quite easy victories in this line without showing the real intention for White, but okay, but it's a very interesting way that he did. But okay, so 3 games, yeah, also the Vashela Graf.
Yeah. He scored 3 out of 3 without really facing any mainline theory, which I think is a huge achievement.
Yeah. And so the thing is that, of course, I didn't consider that Peter will not take on f3. That would be really naive. And the thing is that bishop f3, bishop f3, bishop d4, of course, is the first line, and anything beside that you just want to take it. And the thing is that bishop b4, knight c6. Somehow I saw that rook d8 is the move here, but
yeah, I think Avrukh recommends rook d8, but knight 6 is also quite playable.
Yeah, and so the thing is that bishop e7, rook e8, strange moves now starting, because White is going for bishop g5 and Black is going for bishop b6, which is unnatural for KID and Grunfeld players, because you always want to bring your bishop to g7 normally to protect the king's flank and so on. But the thing is that bishop b6 is very natural here. Concretely,
the knight has to come to g4 basically, and also it cements the queen side, and it keeps the f2 pawn in check, which I think in many lines can potentially be important.
And I remembered, of course, that e5 is one of the main lines, and somehow I've only remembered that I saw knight e5, bishop d5, queen a3 or something, bishop f6, and then there is some rook d8, queen d2, h6, and some endgame, which is also nearly drawish, and because the bishop on b6 is very strong. But the thing is that somehow on the board I didn't understand why not knight d4.
Yeah, no, after e5 I think knight d4 is a very playable alternative to knight takes e5. I think it's
okay, on the board I thought knight d4 is the move.
Yeah.
So I decided to go for quiet play with h4, and then after knight d4.
This is actually the machine's suggestion, which was kind of lucky for me, because we actually looked at this morning. So it was very fresh in my mind. Bishop f6, queen c4, and the machine says Black is holding, so I was reasonably comfortable here.
Yeah, and I thought queen c1 is the move somehow, but decided Black can maybe take on f3 and somewhere take on c1 and rook b8 or something. There is rook takes c4, which really upset me during the game, and I got upset about it. And the thing is that now whatever you take, Black is just a pawn up or 2 pawns for the exchange. The thing is that
bishop d4 is the
bishop
important
d4,
line. Queen d4,
queen d4, bishop e4, queen e4, and queen takes on h4. And you know, this position is really unpleasant, as g3 I cannot play yet, and rook is coming, and 2 pawns, and minimum Black is just exchanging everything if they wish to make a draw, and still they're slightly better.
This is comfortable from that.
Yeah, and okay, the thing is that yeah, but then at some point here I saw that okay, I mean it's time to stop being Santa Claus for 3 months, and the thing is that I've decided just to skip for a normal draw, because the thing is that if I go e5 somehow already in my wandering mind things like rook d8 were appearing, and the thing is that bishop d8, rook d8. I was not sure.
Yeah, this I didn't particularly consider because I was told by the all-seeing eye that bishop d8 equalizes. And okay, I would have thought for a second, but I mean the thing about rook d8, it looks very attractive, but on the other hand, I mean there are no direct threats yet, and before playing something like this, I would have to consider it for a while because I mean it is a full exchange. But yeah, it's an option, and apart from that, bishop d8 seems to be equalizing. So black has a choice. And after bishop takes d4, well, I'm maybe sort of slightly morally better here, so to speak, after queen takes d4. But you should be a draw in most positions. And the important thing is, of course, the most natural move in the position is to play rook d8. But I thought why just liquidates into this endgame. Rook d1, ab, rook b6, and I mean I'm never winning this position. It's just completely safe. White will play. I mean I can sort of try and prevent g3 for a second, but something like rook d6, rook bd6, bring the rook back to g3, play g3, and I thought maybe even white could pretend he's slightly better eventually, but of course it's a draw as well. And if I take with the bishop, bishop b2 is very strong. I think it's an immediate draw because I think I kind of have to play queen c3, to which white, if he wants, can play rook b3, queen c5, rook b5, and this is a repetition. So I took with the queen. If queen b3, rook f8, this might actually be slightly unpleasant for white because I have a very strong idea of rook c8, c1.
Yeah, and also queen f6 is sometimes. After if I want to just bring my rook with queen a2, queen f6 is always
yeah, no, but this as well, and also, yeah, just, I mean, the black's pressure on the f2 pawn is not, at least not worse than white's pressure against f7. So
yeah, even queen e5 is very unpleasant.
Yeah, so queen takes d4 I think is a good practical decision, and in this position, okay, I thought for a while whether I was better or not, but I think in general I can't really do without king f8, and after king f1, if I...
So rook e7 you have to go for something, or a5.
Yeah, a5, I thought that the simplest way to proceed is just to play rook c1.
Yeah, but I also didn't understand that after bishop e2 is a draw also in general. I mean...
Yeah, probably, but why would you do that?
Yeah,
I mean,
know,
you don't need to. Just rook c1, I can't really allow rook c7, so basically the moment, the moment something like this happens, like king f8, bishop e2, the moment the bishop starts threatening to come to c4, I'm just no longer better. So I thought for like 20 minutes on the moves king f7 and king f8 and bishop b6, trying to figure out if I was at least slightly better, but I just couldn't find any plan. I mean, it looks nice, but eventually the horrible bishop on f3 will get to some good squares and it will be a draw.
Yeah, and the thing is that with king f1, bishop e2, I'm always protecting f2, so they run on a real threats. And the thing is that after f3 or f4,
I can't really make any progress here. I mean, it looks fantastic, but I mean, if I do something like rook e7, for instance, rook b4 is fine, but also you can take...
Bishop e2, c4.
Yeah, precisely. Bishop e2, a5, bishop c4.
And then black cannot move the rook.
Yeah, and I mean, why am I better? So I went bishop b6, and here Teimour surprised me a little bit because I thought, you can just take on d8, rook d8, bishop e2, and if I go rook d2, you just play f4, and then the bishop starts threatening to come to c4 once again. So I was just intending to play rook e8 here. Bishop c4, rook e7, and we get the position we got in the game, but with equal pawns, so it's completely drawn.
Yeah, but less pawns and less possibility to make a mistake.
But
so that was the idea of h5.
Instead, Teimour played h5, which kind of surprised me because suddenly I'm a pawn up. I understand it's still a draw, but I was a bit... I mean, bishop b3 here is probably slightly safer, but for a second there I thought I might be pressing here, but bishop f7 is very precise. So, I mean, if I go rook g4, I might end up losing the game. So yeah, after king g2, the threat of f4.
You can go f4 yourself, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, f4 bishop b6, and yeah, it's still a draw, but
yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm not really playing for a win here. So I played rook e7 and the game finished. Yeah.
Okay.
So some mild theoretical importance, I suppose, but generally speaking, not a particularly exciting game. But after yesterday, I'm kind of fine with that. I've had enough excitement yesterday to last me for a bit.
Okay. I'm kind of fine with that because of yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before yesterday, and so I mean, and I'm kind of satisfied totally.
Yeah. Well, you say you've been playing Santa Claus for a couple of months.
Oh yeah, but like really, how to say, really, the real Santa Claus, I would say. I mean, the one who really gives a big presence and very valuable.
Yeah. Well, we can only hope that the real Santa Claus feels better, because he's doing it well for many years already, and well, we all hope that for you this will stop. How do you manage to keep this cheerful attitude? Because it's
Well, but the thing is that, I mean, at first I was upset. Then I decided that I have to fight back. Then I've got more and more upset after I've decided that. And the thing is that at some point I became just desperate, and now I just don't care. So it's like very easy.
yeah.
In fact, I mean, I saw this very hard, but somehow now it's much easier than before. You know, before I saw that it's a real panic, I'm doing really bad things and so on. But now I just don't care, and somehow I don't know how I came to this state, but it's really pleasant. I feel like the Buddhist attitude, and everything is good.
Yeah, but that's also because, let's say, the people around you, they told you that this might be a way to tackle this.
Oh no.
No, this is
No.
no. This is something.
They were only upset.
They were only upset.
Yes, and it didn't make me any. I mean, it didn't make me feel better at all. But somehow, I mean, even if they say everything is good, everything is nice, and so on, you know it's not. So, I mean, I know it's not. And the thing is that, okay, I mean, really, I mean, I just came to this state of really don't care. And the thing is that, of course, I will not. I will care for the other tournaments and so on. But at the moment, I just need to stop playing, and which I do. And so the thing is that, okay, I have to come back to my normal mind state. But the thing is that, I mean, I'm in normal mind state, but better one than after many losses in a row and anything like that. But okay, I mean, we'll be fine.
Yeah. So you cancelled the Grand Prix or you withdrew from the Grand Prix in Thessaloniki, which means that your next tournament will be the World Cup, or what are your plans?
Yeah, most probably.
Yeah.
Maybe some other tournament before, but I was...
To warm up, because this was one of your complaints in London, that you felt that you should have played before.
Yeah,
London.
of course. I mean, getting to such a high-level event with everybody prepared at the highest level, it was certainly, well, I would say, bad decision. And well, but afterwards, of course, I've lost my confidence with so many losses in a row, and it was very hard for me to come back, as I said.
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, well, I don't like really to talk this, you know, crying talks and so on, like, you know, like to be explaining why everything is so bad and so on. It's just like this, and
Yeah, and you just have to find a practical solution for that, or well, a way.
well,
that,
we will see.
yeah, good. Peter, you've been quite busy lately, so
And I'm not stopping. Yeah.
and you're not stopping. A couple of weeks from now, you play the Ital Memorial.
No.
That's
No, I am stopping then. No, come on. I need to. You know, it's not really possible to play every single event in the calendar.
okay.
To some of them, you're not invited.
So I not only assumed that Levin was playing there, I also thought that you were playing there.
No,
But,
no.
Okay. So I'll stop asking that question. Just that's.
No, but I'm going to Thessaloniki, so.
Oh yeah. That's even worse. It's 3 days from now.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So how are you going to do that? Are you? You spent.
You just take it, you know. As they say in the other game, I practice a little bit. You have to take it as one long, unending session.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing. You know, this is just one long session, and you know the variance is variance. You know.
Yeah.
So
But you have 35 minutes at home, or you go straight to
I
Thessaloniki?
have about a whole day.
Okay.
I think the flights are such that I have more than 24 hours at home. This is exciting.
Incredible. They'll be happy to see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, if they know who I am, if they recognize who I am.
Yeah.
It's not always obvious.
Well, so every reason to wish both of you lots of luck in the coming weeks and months.
Thank you.
Shall we do the traditional round with the players that are here anyway?
Yeah, I was doing the neck craning thing because I can't really work out what's going on in the Hammer Nakamura game. So I was trying to see what the machine says. The machine says minus 272, so that's kind of conclusive. But I can't see why, and this kind of bugs me because you know if it's that bad, I should be able to work out why. But so far I have been unable to.
That's somewhere, maybe Queen somewhere.
Queen b6, rook d3, rook d4, c5, I think is the point. But then maybe queen d8 wins.
Yeah, but maybe there is no threat.
Ah,
because
yeah, this is probably what wins.
maybe
Queen b6 now. I think white has to play rook takes d3 because c5. Oh no, maybe c5. I don't know. It's very difficult to work out because it's a bit of a mess. But
Well, that's the line they give.
Queen B6.
queen b6. Yeah, no. But my point was after queen b6, can we? Is it possible to put it on the board somehow?
Sure.
Yeah. Here. Can I move pieces?
It's closed.
What?
You just close it. Closed. We'll double click again. Try double click.
I hope what we are moving now will not be displayed on the demonstration board for the guys.
No, my point was I thought after
That's
queen
a bit
b6
terrible.
white could take on d3 and only play c5 after rook takes d4, but now I realize queen g8 just wins. Because if something like queen b2 then queen h6 is made
Yeah,
actually.
but now...
Yeah, this
Okay,
oops.
queen h6 and knight f1,
Yeah, queen h6 and knight f1 just wins. But unfortunately in this position there's queen d8, which is what I failed to spot initially, and the pawn on f6 is hit, and I think white can resign.
Unfortunately for white, you mean.
Yeah, unfortunately for white and for my calculations. I mean, I'm not taking any sides here.
Yeah, but okay, let's be back. Yeah, but queen b6, yeah, of course, but okay, I mean, if you're
And if-
threatened with the mate
yeah,
on
and
h6.
if c5, black has queen b2, and once again queen h6 is impossible because check and take on f6.
Rook d3.
So white loses a lot of material. Rook g3, queen a1 check, knight, whoops. Queen a1 check,
And
I don't
king
know,
f8.
some move, and now something, I don't know. King f8 probably is the most straightforward solution. Just bring the king over, and
Are you sure you can do that?
I assume so, but I don't know. I mean, check, yeah, I guess.
Queen
Check
h7.
and queen h7, but you know, something will be found. I don't
Bishop
know.
d5 or somewhere. But I don't
Something,
know.
yeah. I mean, it is a whole rook, and the a pawn will eventually queen, so black just needs not to get mated immediately. So that probably explains the evaluation.
And Sergei Karjakin and Svidler Topalov.
Sergei seems to have stabilized his position, so I was very surprised. There was a point a couple of moves ago where black could play h3, which I thought he should do in general, because at that point white couldn't play g3.
Why they couldn't?
Because I think the queen was coming to f2 and you couldn't really do much
It was
about
queen
it.
on d3, yeah?
Some kind of a position with the queen on d3. But now I think it's more or less a fortress because, well, there are no entry points, and if you play before, you just give up a pawn, and you know it might actually backfire. So I think he actually got everything under control now, more or less, and I don't know if he's better. I still think that black's position is too solid to be worse at any point, but. I think, I mean, it looked dangerous for Sergei at one point, but it no longer does to my eyes, but I might be wrong. And
Probably
what do you think?
he will still go maybe before, no?
Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, it's
in his style, at least.
Veselin has been slightly subdued this tournament. I mean, in his normal state, he would just go for some kind of a mating attack long ago. But there are two possibilities here: either none exists, or maybe he's sort of back in conservation mode, so to speak. I mean, he's been quite clearly mindful of the fact that he has to play in Thessaloniki as well, and I think he's been somewhat less active than he normally is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for one Ghana,
And this is kind of difficult for me because you assume white is winning, but I'm no longer sure because I think Vishy is getting the ideal setup. He gets the bishop to e6, second bishop to e7, and the king to f7. And then he has sort of everything under control, and it will be hard for white to find a way to weigh in. But
yeah, but depends if you're in time. If there is queen h8 at some point.
yeah, and also the rook is now ready to come along the a file, so I don't know. Generally speaking, as the saying goes, queen is a very strong piece, and generally some way in is found in positions like this. It's very difficult, especially he had to weaken the seventh, which is very important because now he has to contain a lot of threats along the seventh rank.
I think that he will just exchange the queen on the rook and bishop somewhere.
Yeah, if c5 and b3 don't get swapped down,
Yeah,
white
and
just
then
wins immediately.
he will just take this rook e8 against bishop g4, let's say rook e8 and bishop g4, and we'll get the exchange up, and we'll put a pawn on f3, king
No,
to
but
c4.
that's completely winning. If he gets that, that's just completely winning for
But
us.
I guess you can.
I mean, Vishy
prevent it.
has to try and stop this, but I'm not sure if he has any real chance.
Can you prevent it? But
Yeah, that's the big question. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of bad for me.
it should be lost, I think.
Yeah. I thought Vishy was doing fine out of the opening, and then he did something I thought was strange. But once again, from the outside, positions like this are very hard to judge.
Oh, okay. We have the line that's Peter demonstrated.
No, but rook b1 is slightly better than c5, at least now. The bishop on b7 is hanging, but I guess it doesn't change the evaluation. I still can't see what white can do in this position. So Hikaru seems to be almost winning, at least by, you know.
Yeah, that looks hard for me.
Yeah, that looks very, very bad. And also 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's what you pointed out, that Jan Ludwig has not been very clever with his time management.
Yeah, no, I think this game was pretty much decided when Jan Ludwig took about an hour to play e5 and he takes f6.
Yeah.
The position even after that still is incredibly complicated, and you need more than 10 minutes to work out what's what. So I think that was where the game went badly wrong for him.
Yeah. Is that something that in the good old Soviet school of chess you learned, that never spend more than a certain amount of time on?
Well, they used to, you know, as usual, they bring you up with some sort of ideas, and then as you grow older and stronger, they tell you, okay, these were guidelines, not rules.
Yeah.
For instance, you know, we were told that spending more than half an hour on the first 15 moves is wrong because you will need that time later on. But obviously, it very much depends on what's going on in the opening. Sometimes you're faced with a very important novelty and you just have to stop and work out what's what, or the game will not last much longer.
Yeah.
So as usual, and you know, they tell you not to move the one piece in the opening too much, and then you know you get openings where you play with one piece for like 6 moves. I mean, it's as usual. It's not as simple as just saying you mustn't spend more than a certain X minutes on openings,
But if you do it repeatedly, like he has done here, then
well, but this is the conversation we keep on having about certain players. I mean, Sasha being the most obvious, I guess. Yeah.
But he's almost addicted to it.
I'm not sure. I think he's just a perfectionist. I think he feels he needs to find the best move, and if he doesn't, if he doesn't feel comfortable, this is the best move. He just continues thinking.
Yeah, and Sasha is Alexander Grischuk.
Yeah.
They,
I mean, his time management is, the constant source of debate. But some people just feel they need to think, and they think. And if you're very good when you're short on time, as Alexander is, then it's okay. But
yeah. Otherwise, you have to draw your conclusions. Then, that's true. So, well, thanks again, and I think you both deserve a break. I mean, any minute you can have today to yourself will be great. So, I'm sure and then it's beautiful weather outside. So we're not going to keep you any longer.
Okay.
It was great to have you here, and lots of success in Thessaloniki, and lots of success with the months ahead, Teimour. We look forward to see you back in your old form, and that's definitely going to happen. So
Thank you very much.
thanks.
So thanks again, and all the best.
Yeah.
Thank you.